Morning, Peg. Hello, how are you? Oh, you're muted.
I got it. Good.
Good. Are you still here in Florida?
Yeah, but I've got this art project going on, so I'm like got wet paint drying while I'm doing this.
Multitask. Well, I'm glad you're.
Well, you know,
glad you're able to fit it in.
Doesn't multitask.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're able to fit your practice in. That's wonderful.
I really need this morning. Thank you.
Well, good. Well, we've got a full house, so you're in good company.
Oh, good.
Everyone, Peg says, hey, I think my dad ran into your husband.
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah, they were at the diner, you know?
Yeah.
And it was, you know, Al's like, oh my God, you know? It's like the only diner in town that's open, you know?
Yeah, I know. My dad found it. He's like, this is a real diner.
And no, it is.
Born and raised New York and New Jersey.
Where's the real diner?
Yeah. Joe's.
Oh, Joe's. Yeah,
yeah, it's a real diner. Al goes there every morning.
Every morning. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, well, he, you know, like every morning, except now they're closed on Monday because they can't get a cook.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, that stinks.
The cook that they have is doing double duty at Alice Sweetwater's and just needs a break, so they had to close on Monday.
Oh, wow.
A common theme.
Yes. Well, Naples is definitely, I think, double busy, like double.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. So, all right. I'm going to get myself situated.
Bye.
All right. Okay. Hi. So good to see you. Nice to see you too. In person. You're always there. Everybody have enough room? Yeah, I'm so nervous that you're gonna topple off.
I'm practicing my balancing.
Can we do one block?
Hey?
Can we do one block?
Sure.
Come over and show you.
So with this one, yes, feel underneath. Find your sit bones. I can't, my ass is too big. You want to so your sit bones so you're actually. Okay, now go forward. She's going down. Go forward. Okay, forward so that you're tilting your pelvis down. Well, you're got a nice long spine. Do you feel when you feel better? Yeah, okay. And then you get that nice long spine. Yeah. So see how. Look at Shelly. Come on, look at Shelly. That's good. So if you're sitting, if you're using a block. Can everybody see me if I'm right here? Okay, so see the difference. I'm going to sit back on it where my whole bottom is on the block. What happens is you create a little bit of rounding in the pelvis. If I scoot forward and I put my sit bones on it, see what happens? It's a completely different motion for the pelvis. And when our pelvis is tilting forward a little bit more, we're able to find more length in our spine. And that's the goal. So when you find a meditative seat, you want length in your spine and you want to avoid that rounding of the pelvis.
So are you on the edge of the front of the block?
I am.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the edge. Yeah, and it's, you know, it's a little bit of balance, which, oh my God, that's the theme of today's class. Imagine that. Beautiful segue, Nick. Yeah, I was thinking on the drive here, and just with how we achieve balance in our lives and the magic of taking aspects of our yoga practice that we experience on our mat. And it could be just maybe a flash, a second in the hour of your practice that gives you a feeling that then, I don't know, 3 hours later, 4 hours later, you recognize that feeling in something just in your daily life. And the connection is made and the magic is made as far as why we do this practice and what this practice is giving us more than just physical movement. And balance came to my mind this morning because, you know, listening to the news and thinking balance of power, thinking balance just really in everything. I remember I talked to my dad the other day. He's like, oh my God, I watched 4 hours of the news, you know, and so many of us do that. We get sucked in. And how do we balance that then? So with our yoga practice, there's a sutra called Stira Sukham, just blanked. Satish is going to help me though. Stira Sukham Asanam. That's it. Stira Sukham Asanam. And it means really, in essence, steady and sweet. The balance between effort and ease. So when we're in a difficult pose, what's your most difficult pose? Anyone? Lizard?
Crow, because I can't do
it. So we'll say arm balances. Arm balances in general are difficult. Nick? Headstand. So when an asana pose is challenging, it compromises our breath. Even if you go into one of the warriors deeper, where then you notice a shift in your breath, you ease out of the pose, finding that balance between effort and ease. It's good to push ourselves. We do feel uplifted, you know, when we feel like, yes, you know, like I achieved that. But we don't want to do it to then hurt ourselves or to tip the scales of that balance. So that's the theme today, is finding that balance between effort and ease. So not just in balance moves, you know, that I'm talking about all the asana poses to find that balance. So let's tune in. So everyone close your eyes. Grow your spine about a ½ inch taller. Bring your hands, palms face down to your knees or palms face up to be more receptive. Or if you prefer to bring your hands by your pelvis, cradling palm into palm, whatever is comfortable for your arms. When we close our eyes, we're withdrawing one of our senses, which helps us to tune in, to be in the now. These next 2 breaths, follow the breath from your belly, from where the breath is starting, how far the breath gets, follow it back down. On this next breath, with that focus, maybe the breath will move a little higher in the body. Maybe on your exhale, you feel it moving lower in your belly. So part of balance for me is when I feel like I get out of my own head and I think about others. Maybe a kind gesture, maybe a phone call to a friend I haven't talked to in a while. So there's a mantra that I'd like to teach you all this morning, share with you. It reads in Sanskrit, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. And it helps remind me of thinking of others. So I hope it does the same for you. It translates to, may all beings everywhere be happy and free. May the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and to that freedom for all. So let's chant that this morning, or you can listen if you're not comfortable. We'll start with call and repeat. Take a full inhale. Exhale it out. So I'll say the word in Sanskrit and you repeat it. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. And now all together. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. And then bring your hands to heart center, and with how full the room is this morning, we'll do what's called rolling ohms. So that means that you ohm to your breath. We'll do it several times. So you begin your ohm when your ohm ends. Doesn't matter if it matches anyone else in the room. Everyone's breath is a little different. So just ohm to your breath, and you'll see that we just create this rolling ohm sound. And then stop when you want to. We'll just let it naturally end. So let's take a full inhale. Exhale it out. The first one will be together and then it'll start to roll. So take an inhale. Just take a moment to notice any sensations. Notice how your breath feels. Notice your mind. Set an intention for your practice. Flicker the eyes open. Let's make our way to child's pose.
Let's do, instead of a wide-legged child's pose this morning, keep your knees hip distance apart, feet are flat on the mat. Start to bring your seat to your heels and then wrap your arms around your legs and then allow more of the crown of the head to drop down to the mat. If you don't want your head to drop that low, place a block underneath it. More of a rounded child's pose like this gets into our digestive system, gets into our hip flexors. Start to follow your breath from where it starts. Feel it move up
See if you can maybe place a constriction in the back of your throat to begin the Ujjayi breath, breath of victory. See if you can make your breath a little fuller. If your head's not reaching the mat, slide a block under. Use a block. Using blocks in our practice helps to find the maximum benefit of the poses. So never be shy about using a block. Continue to feel your belly fill up with your breath. Notice parts of your body where the tightness is this morning. Where you can help balance the body out with today's practice. And then slowly begin to round the spine, coming up to a seat, rock forward to tabletop. Have the knees separate just a little bit so they're hip distance apart. Have your shoulders stacking with your elbows and wrists, and then spread your fingers. Press into your thumbs, your index finger, the tips of your third, fourth, fifth fingers so that you feel the palm lift off the mat a little bit, almost like you could put a blueberry under there and it wouldn't smush. And then on an inhale, lift the crown of your head, lift your tailbone up, engage the navel, make sure your belly's not sagging. On your exhale, round your spine, moving into cat pose. So we'll do this to warm up our spine. Also open across the heart. Exhaling into cat. So we try and match our inhales with a heart opener. So here in cow pose, we're opening across the chest and heart. On the exhale, use it to round the spine. Tuck your chin to your chest, draw the navel in. Inhaling through to cow and exhale into cat. Couple more rounds, moving with your breath, matching inhale with cow pose and exhale with cat. One more, inhale through to cow and exhale into cat. Find neutral. And then walk back so you're standing on your knees and take your left leg out to the side so that the left side of your foot is parallel with the wall. Really plant that foot down. And now take one hand to your belly, one hand to your sacrum. Lengthen your tailbone so you feel a little bit of a tilt inwards. So your spine is long and that your left side of the body is aligned with your leg. Take the right arm up by the ear, lengthen, and now walk your fingertips down the leg and reach through the right fingertips, keeping that shoulder, that arm in line with the ear. So it's not how deep you go, it's more about lengthening that right side and opening it up. Breathe, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. We've got 2 more full breaths. So warming up with at least 5 breaths in each pose to help us make any little adjustments and to really be able to breathe into these poses. And then exhale that arm down, bring that left knee in and take the right leg out. Making sure that you're having the right edge of your foot lining up with the wall. Make that little adjustment again. So especially if you're prone to a pelvis tilting.
sorry, left arm up by the ear, walk the fingertips down the leg and reach through that left arm. So think about some of our other poses while we're here in gate pose. So this is very similar to triangle pose where our torso is in line with our leg. Also similar to extended side angle where we're moving the arm toward the ear and lengthening. One more full inhale. And then exhale, bringing that arm down and then coming back to tabletop. Draw the navel in and lift the left knee out to the side, flex that left foot. So we're making, it's referred to sometimes as fire hydrant. And now circle that knee in toward the right knee. Make a big wide circle, warming up that hip. So lifting that leg up, taking it out to the side, circling it in, and now reverse that circle. One more. And then keep it lifting so the foot is parallel with the ceiling. And lift it up a little bit. Lower, so little pumps here. Inhale, lift it up toward the ceiling. Lower, lift it up to the ceiling. And lower, and bring it down to be alongside the other leg. And then we'll do the other side. So lift this right knee out to the side, flex the right foot, fire hydrant. Begin to bring that knee in toward the other knee, making a big circle. Warming up the right hip now. Sometimes in a yoga class, we always start with the same leg. So I might try and change it up today, starting with different legs. Make circles going the other direction if you haven't started that. So another way to find balance. And now lift the foot so it's facing the ceiling and bring it up a little bit on your inhale and then lower, lift it up and lower, lift it up and lower, and then bring that knee down and then come onto your forearms, interlace your fingers and step the feet back. So we're coming to forearm plank. Elbows are under the shoulders. Breathing here, firing up the core a little bit. Find that engagement in the belly. Push through your heels. And then begin to lower your knees down. Come to the tops of your feet and then forearms down to the mat, right into Sphinx pose. So elbows are under the shoulders. Wrap your fingers around your elbows. If you can't wrap, that means you gotta bring your elbows in a little bit. And then forearms back to the mat. And now think about the energy coming from your legs. So press into the tops of your feet so the knees lift up off the mat a little bit. Press your pubic bone into the mat. Lengthen in your tailbone. Maybe you feel the chest lift and open just a little bit more. The gaze is toward just ahead of the top of your mat so that the neck is an extension of your spine. And breathe. Work through how the breath is a little constricted in this back extension. See if you can smooth out the breath, make it full. One more full inhale. And exhale, lower down, stack your palms, elbows out wide now. Forehead rests on the palms and then rock your hips from side to side. And then slide your hands alongside your lowest set of ribs, tuck your toes under, and push your seat back to your heels. So a bit of a squat pose here with your arms fully extended and your spine extended, head dropping between your arms. So I want you to feel that full extension. Keep that extension as you begin to lift your hips, straightening your legs, coming into downward facing dog. So feeling that extension in the arms and in the spine is key to alignment in downward dog. Have the head between the arms, your gaze looking back to your knees. You can bend your knees a little bit here in downward dog. In fact, everybody put a slight bend in your knees. Come up on your toes and tilt your tailbone up toward the ceiling. And then lower the heels and straighten the legs. So try that one more time. Bend your knees, come up on your toes, tilt your tailbone up toward the ceiling. Now straighten the legs, let the heels drop. Everyone look between your hands. Walk one footprint at a time up to the top of your mat. Inhale to a half lift, finding a flat back. So when we find a flat back, our lower back, our tailbone is lengthening. Our spine is neutral, not rounded, not caving in. We're drawing our navel in. Now lift your arms up shoulder height, making a T. Feel that engagement in the belly even more. Press into your feet, lift with a flat back. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale to heart center, Tadasana. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale with that same length, hinge at your hips. Take the arms out wide, draw the navel in. When you come into forward fold with the focus on lengthening the spine, it may help you to get that full stretch for the hamstrings and the low back. If your hands are not meeting the floor naturally, put them on a block. Bring a block to help you, to help the floor meet your hands. It can be at the highest. So do whatever height helps you to be able to release into this pose. Take one more full breath, inhale and exhale. And then inhale, lift up to halfway. And everyone grab your blocks on the middle height and place them on either side of your feet. And now bend your knees. Take your right leg, step it as far back as you can so that you can lower your hips, coming to low lunge. If you need to look up front, you want to try and have your knee and your ankle making a straight line. The blocks help. They help us to lift the chest in this pose. They help us to get full extension in that right leg. One more full breath, press through that right heel, and then lower the right knee down. And press into the left hand, lift the right arm up for a twist. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Lower that right hand and we'll twist the other way. Take that left arm up. Balance between the sides. See if that left arm can reach a little bit higher, opening the chest. And then lower that left hand down. And then we'll come to Anjaneyasana. So sweep the arms up by the ears. Take the arms a little bit wider, actually bend at the elbows for cactus arms. Feel that opening across the chest. Breathing here. Inhale, take the arms up by the ears. Lower hands down to the blocks, tuck the right toes under. We're gonna lift all the way up, keep lifting up, and then step that right foot in about 1.5 or 2 feet. Straighten the legs, pyramid pose, hands are on the blocks under our shoulders. So you can stay here with your upper body lifted a little bit, or see if you've got a little bit of space to hinge, lowering the chest toward that left leg. Take it only as deep where the breath stays full. Press equally into your feet. If you're having a hard time straightening the legs, you might want to shorten your stance a little bit, but see if you can find extension in both legs. Both legs straight. Yes. So if your front leg is bending, you might be too deep. So bring your hands to the blocks. Come up a little bit. So yeah, so maybe lift up just a little bit. Here, make a difference. So lift up. Yeah, there you go. All right. Everybody bring your hands to your hips. Lift up with a flat back. Put a little bend in that left knee. Step the right foot forward. Tadasana. So we'll do the other side. So bending both knees, bring your hands to the block and step the left leg all the way back. So starting with low lunge, finding a 90-degree angle with the right knee. Your knee and ankle are making a straight line. Press through the heel of the left foot. Feel that leg fully extend. One more full breath here in low lunge. Inhale, and then exhale, lowering that left hand. And then pressing into the right hand, take that left arm up for reverse twist. Breathing in, breathing out. Draw your hips to the midline for stability here. Pressing in, grounding into that right foot. Lower that left hand, and then we'll take the right arm up, twisting the other way. Breathing in and breathing out. Our breath gets a little constricted in twists, so makes us focus a little bit more on it. And then lowering that arm, sweeping the arms up. Anjaneyasana, cactus arms. Feel that chest and heart space opening. Breathe into the sternum, the bone that's right there in our chest. Draw the shoulder blades toward each other, down the back to soften the shoulders. And now lift the arms up by the ears. Feel the shoulders still softening. Then lower down, tuck the left toes under. You're gonna lift your hips up, lift them up, and then step that left foot forward about 1 foot, 1.5 feet. Finding pyramid pose. If you feel like your right hip is moving forward, draw it back to level out your hips, level out your sacrum. Straighten both legs. Hands on blocks help. Breathing in, breathing out. Straighten that front leg a little bit, yeah. Press into the feet equally. Bring your hands to your hips, lift with a flat back. Press into that right foot a little bit, bring the left foot forward. Tadasana, let's do a sun salutation in between. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, get that length in your spine as you fold forward. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step both feet back, coming to plank pose. Lower your knees down. Turn elbow creases, rotate them to the front of your mat, then bend at the elbows. Keep them hugging in as you lower chest and chin down. Inhale, slide forward onto your belly. Hands are by your lowest set of ribs. Press into the tops of your feet. Lift the upper body, coming into cobra. Exhale, lower down, tuck your toes under. Push your seat back to your heels, getting that full extension in your arms. Then lift your hips up, downward facing dog. 5 breaths in downward dog. If you're feeling weight, a lot of weight in your wrists, remember that when we did it in tabletop, press into your thumbs, index finger tips of your 3rd, 4th, 5th fingers. Beautiful, everyone. And of course, child's pose is always available at any time. Look between your hands, either lightly hop or walk each foot forward. Top of the mat, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center, Tadasana. So bring your blocks, if you have 2, put them at the highest in front of your feet, in front of your mat. If you have 1, if you're working with 1, turn it this way and have it in the center at the front of your mat. So just have it as standby. We're going to do warrior 1 first and then move into warrior 3. Come to Tadasana. Put a little weight in your left foot and lift the right knee to a 90-degree angle. Flex that right foot. Find balance here, looking straight ahead at a point that's not moving. Bend your left knee, sweep this right foot back, coming to our high lunge. So keep that right heel lifted. You're on your right toes. Your feet are facing straight on 2 different planks of wood. Your hips are balanced to the front of the mat. Bring your hands to your hips and then drop that right heel down. Your right toes are facing 2 o'clock. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, bow forward, sweep the arms behind you. Inhale, sweep the upper body, lifting the arms. Exhale, sweep the arms down. Inhale, lift back up. Keeping that extension in your spine 1 more time. And inhale, lifting up. Find warrior 1, settle in here for a few breaths. So your left knee is moving toward a 90-degree angle, but you don't want it to go past your toes. Everyone wiggle your left toes. Making sure that we don't have a death grip on those toes. So now bring your hands to your hips. Begin to reach for your block. If you have 1, both fingers wrap it. If you have 2, 1 hand on each. Press off that left foot, lift the right. Don't lift it higher than where your right hip is. So you want your hips level. So draw that right hip down. Nice adjustments, everyone. So find level hips and then you inch the leg up. Keep the toes turning toward the mat to flex that foot. Warrior 3. Slowly begin to bend the left knee, stepping that right foot back. Lift to warrior 1. Let's take a vinyasa, optional vinyasa in between. So if you want to lower to plank And then downward dog, if you want to just go to downward dog, or if you want to take a child's pose, your choice. And then from plank, lower knees, chest, chin, or if you prefer chaturanga, if that's in your practice, an upward dog, or following me with cobra, and then lifting, everybody meeting in downward dog. Breathing here, inhale, and exhale it out. Look between your hands, either lightly hop or walk your feet forward. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead, palms touch. And exhale, hands to heart center, Tadasana. So other side. Putting weight into the right foot, lifting the left. So if this is maybe the side that's stronger for you, temper your happiness that we're on this side with balance. Begin bending the right knee, sweep that left leg back. We're starting in high lunge, so keep that heel lifted. Be on your toes. Get full extension in that left leg. Hands to hips, and now drop the heel down. So it's a good place to start high lunge before warrior one. It helps to square our hips to the front of the mat. And it helps to get the positioning where we're not placing the back foot behind the front foot. Arms lift up. Take an inhale. And exhale, bow forward, sweep the arms behind you. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lowering down. When you lift up, feel that extension in the spine. Take a breath here, soften the shoulders. Draw the belly in. Feel the back leg fully extended. And now lower, reaching for your block, pushing off that right foot, lifting the left. Start by leveling out your hips. Then lift the leg a little bit at a time. So still keeping the hips level. See if you can press through the heel of that left foot, like you're pushing against the back wall. Breathe in, breathe out. Even if you're just lifted an inch off the mat, that's okay. That's why it's a practice. One more full breath. That's where you want to be now. See? So that's why it doesn't matter how high we lift. Slowly bend that right knee, step the left leg back for warrior one, planting that heel again, lift the arms up. And optional vinyasa, so taking the hands down, stepping back to plank, lower knees, chest, chin, like I'm doing, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, or upward dog. Exhale, pushing your seat back to your heels, lifting up to downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, and breathing out. Everyone lower to your knees. Take the knees as wide as your mat. Bring your toes together. Drop your seat to your heels. Relax the arms. Forehead to the mat or to a block. Child's pose. Breathe in and breathe out. Connecting with your breath. Connecting with the earth beneath us. Feel the support of the earth so that you can release and relax. And begin lifting up. So you come up to your seat and then rock off onto one side and swing your legs around. So the legs are out in front of you. Rock a little forward so you can remove the flesh away from your sit bones so you're sitting up nice and tall. And then draw your, I'm gonna mirror you, draw your right knee into your chest, place it over the leg, take the right hand behind, inhale, left arm up by the ear, and then twist. So it's important to find that length first. You don't want to be leaning back, putting too much pressure into that hand. On your inhale, think about lengthening. On your exhale, moving into your twist. Keep the left foot flexed, so that leg staying active. Again, think about lengthening on your inhale, twisting on your exhale. One more full inhale and exhale. And then coming through center, counter twist, maybe even leaning forward a little bit. And then release and release that leg, shake them out. Windshield wiper your feet from side to side. And then we'll draw the left knee into your chest, place it over the leg, take the left hand behind, inhale, right arm up, getting that length first, and then moving into the twist. So when we take our time to move into the twist, we help protect our lumbar spine. We're twisting from the middle part of our back up. Our lumbar spine, that whole lower back area, doesn't want to naturally twist. So we don't want to have the twist come from there. We twist from the navel up. Two more full breaths. Inhale, lengthen. Maybe even take the gaze over the shoulder. And then coming through center, counter twist to the right. Lean down if you want to, getting a little extra stretch. And then release. Release that leg, shake it out again. Windshield wiper the feet. And then we'll do a stretch here. Bring the right knee into your chest again. Place the ankle on your left thigh. Flex this foot, flex both feet. With this hand, press the right knee down a little bit. Everybody feel that in their right hip? So just pulse it a little bit here. So this might be where you stay. If you want to go a little deeper, bring the hands behind you, fingers pointing toward your sit bones. Lean back, slide this left foot in, and then press it into the mat. This might be where you stay. Flex this right foot. Maybe try and straighten the arms, bringing the chest toward the right shin. This right shin is parallel with the ceiling. So there's a pose in yoga called fire log. Option to take this left foot under the right. The most important part is stacking these shins. If you can't stack them, stay where you are. Or like Nick, he's got a block in between, which also, so it's not cow face, it's not this pose, it's stacking, and then your foot is resting on the knee and this other foot, both feet are flexed. It's somewhere to go, future, it's somewhere to work toward. But this is a great stretch. This is getting into the same areas of the body. Sit up taller. Fold forward, forward. So that would be the next step. So release that left leg, release the right, shake them out. So that's where then you can go, is to hinge and to fold over the firelock. All right, drawing the left knee into the chest, place the left ankle on the right thigh. So just start by warming up the hip. Pulse, pressing this left knee down a little bit. Keep both feet flexed. Stay there or lean back, bringing that right foot in closer, planting it, and then maybe straightening the arms, bringing the chest toward this left shin. Stay here or bring this left foot, bending the right knee, the right foot under the left knee. Stacking, both feet are flexed. That side's a little different. So if you're finding that you're stacking the legs, you can stay here, focus on lengthening the spine. The next step would be hinging forward, but keeping length in your spine versus rounding into the pose. We don't want to round, we want to lengthen. If you're in fire log, begin to release, come back, everybody meeting here, and then straightening that right leg, release the left, shake it out. Sigh it out. Everybody make your way onto your back and draw your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side, massage the sacrum. So a nice counter pose to that would be Supta Baddha Konasana. So have your blocks. Does everybody have 2 blocks or no? Who's missing a block? So a lot. Okay, forget it then. We won't do it. I don't want you to overstretch the groin. So just bring your knees into your chest. Let's do 1 back bend since we did do some back bends earlier. So bring the feet to the mat. Bring 1 block in between your thighs. So we're going to do 1 bridge holding for 8 counts. When you reach your fingers out, make sure you can touch your heels with your longest finger. Press into your feet on an inhale, lift your hips up. Press the thighs into the block. With each exhale, see if you can lift a little higher. Keep your gaze and your nose facing the ceiling. Breathing in and breathing out, finding stillness at your edge. Maybe close the eyes here. Remove that sense so that it helps you to tune into your other senses. Notice what you might hear, smell. Notice the muscles that are working. If there are any muscles that you feel are working harder, find balance. Follow the breath from where it begins, up toward the collarbone and down. On your next exhale, slowly lower 1 vertebrae at a time. And then draw the knees into your chest once more. Take the arms out wide so they're in line with your shoulders. Might say hi to your neighbor. Palms face up. And then start to lower your knees down to the left. Bring that right arm up and over, coming to your left side. Palms touch. Keep your knees Keep your left arm where it is and just lift your right arm up and over, opening it up to the other side, opening the chest. Bring that right arm up one more time. Bring it over, touch the left palm, and then just lift the right arm up. Maybe you've created a little bit more space here for that right shoulder and right arm to release and relax. If you feel any tightness in the low back, and now keep your right arm down. So staying in this revolved abdomen twist. You can comfort the low back by placing a block in between your thighs if you need to. If that right shoulder needs a little help releasing, tuck it under, sort of scoop it under. Breathing in and breathing out. And now begin to lift the knees to center. Find neutral. Arms are still out wide. Let the knees drop down to the right. Bring that left arm over. Come to your right side. Keep your right arm and your legs where they are and just lift that left arm up and over to the left side. One more time, bring that left arm over to touch the right palm. Then open back up and stay here in revolved abdomen twist. Letting the left arm, left shoulder release. Breathing in, breathing out. Feel that breath pull from the low belly up to the collarbone and back down. And now engage the core to lift the knees back through center. Give yourself a squeeze. So draw the knees into the chest a little bit more. Lift your forehead up to your knees, making a nice tight yogi ball. And then lower the head down. Bring the feet to the mat and walk the feet out as wide as the mat. Let the knees come together. Bring your hands to your belly. So knees are still bent. Yeah, and feet are as wide as your mat. And then allow your knees to fall together. So this is called constructive rest. So an alternate to Shavasana. It allows our inner groin muscle to relax. It allows our belly to relax. And when we relax both of those, we relax our pelvis and psoas muscle. By relaxing the psoas muscle, we help to reduce, relieve our nervous system. So combining Shavasana today with what's called a metta practice, a metta meditation. Metta meaning benevolence, loving kindness, friendliness, and goodwill, and an active interest in others.
It's also known as the loving kindness meditation. So if you're comfortable keeping your hands on your belly, or if you'd like to place maybe one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly, or arms alongside. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale it out. Directing these words to yourself, silently repeating them after I say them. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be free of suffering. May I live in peace. May my life be blessed with ease. And now bring a loved one into your mind. Direct these words to that person. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free of suffering. May you live in peace. May your life be blessed with ease. Bring another person in your life into your mind and direct these words to them. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free of suffering. May you live in peace. May your life be blessed with ease. Now bring someone into your mind who maybe you've had negative thoughts toward. Direct these words to that person. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free of suffering. May you live in peace. May your life be blessed with ease. And now bringing all beings everywhere into your mind, directing the words to them. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free of suffering. May you live in peace. May your life be blessed with ease. Start to deepen your breath. Energetically inhale the breath up through the left nostril. Exhale it out the right nostril. Inhale through the right nostril. Exhale through the left nostril. Invite small movements back in, wiggling the fingers and the toes, Maybe stretching the legs out onto your mat, taking your arms overhead on an inhale. And then hugging the knees into your chest, rolling onto the right side. Extending your right arm out, using it as a pillow. Take a moment to recall your intention. Pressing into the left hand, making your way up to a seat. And keeping the eyes closed or at a soft gaze. Drawing hands to heart center, lightly dropping the chin toward your chest. Take a moment to thank yourself. Feel gratitude for this practice, for coming onto your mat this morning. We'll seal the practice with one Om. So take a full inhale, exhale it out. Inhale. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Thank you so much for allowing me to lead you in your practice. Namaste. Thank you all so much. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy this amazing weather. Peggy, thanks for joining us. Forgot to do a quick head count. Like in La La Land. 1, 2. 21, I think. That's good. I just have to put, when I submit my invoice, I have to put it on. Yeah. I don't think they track it. Yeah, this is, yeah. Yeah, thank you all. Oh, thanks for helping with the blocks. Does anybody know if Sharon's around? Is she still doing some of the computer stuff?
I just heard.
Okay, because I had emailed her last week because I guess, so I'm subbing again tomorrow for Sue's class. It's 9:30 to 10:30. We take it, we go a little faster. It's more of a mixed level flow and maybe exploring some of those poses like pro. 9:30 to 10:30, but I can't get online because, so I only have the login for today. So I emailed Sharon to ask her to send me the login for Tuesday's class, and I never heard from her. So, okay. Okay, good. All right, well, I could try calling her too.
I'll text her and just say that I spoke to you.
So that, yeah, because I guess I need a different, like a specific meeting for Tuesday's class. Yeah.
What's this?
So the trip was good? It was good, yeah. So do you guys go anywhere? Nick. That's where I'm a little bit scared, but it's good for sure. It's like my God, it's like this so well. So I'm.
No, I think it's up here. Everything is so sick. Well, with the balance, right? Yeah. It is, right? Yeah. Is this the stiff mat that I put there at the door? No. Okay. Oh, anyway, so I feel like I want to stay. You're not staying, eh? You're not staying. Yeah, I'm staying. Oh, you're staying. I'm not staying.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Nancy, you're great, eh?
I love it.